So on the back of Donald Trump signing an official Bitcoin strategic reserve and a digital asset stockpile, this is big news and it fundamentally will affect XRP in a very positive light. I've got a couple of things I want to talk to you about, why I think this is going to be really important, and more importantly, don't forget, we have the big Crypto White House Summit coming later today. We're going to be live streaming it here on the channel, so make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, stay up to date with all the latest and greatest in crypto. We're the only channel that every single day brings you the best in what's going on in this market. With that being said, let's get into this video. So like we said, Donald Trump signing that executive order. What is important here is he doesn't require congressional approval to ultimately include XRP, Cardano, Solana, or any altcoins in that digital stockpile. They are not going out into the open market and buying. Now, investors like you and I could go, well, that's a bit disappointing. We were hoping there was going to be a mechanism that was going to be a big hit to the market and a buy. However, there is still this desire to go and look at a deficit neutral way of purchasing more cryptocurrency, to including that into the stockpile and the Bitcoin reserve. So if you take away the kind of fog, it's very bullish. Now, some people are calling the market top. Some people are absolutely just up in arms about the fact we saw market corrections. Look at the detail, look at the long liquidations, look at what's going on. It's a very obvious play in my view. Best thing to do, sit back, relax, see what happens in the market. But what's interesting, when you start to look at some key measures, we start to look at where big money is. XRP whales pulling over $2.5 billion off exchanges. This is an important thing for two reasons. Why? Because it means that people are bullish longer term. It means people are absolutely taking them on exchanges, reduce the risk, but storing them in private wallets. They're in it for the long haul. Now, we know the XRP holders are absolute diehard holders, and that's why XRP's done what it's done. What's important, though, is they weren't wrong. All those people, when we were at 35 cents, 40 cents, saying XRP's going nowhere, this is a waste of time, why you invested in it? Well, look where we sit now. And again, on the back of this news, I think it can only be positive. It's going to be incredibly volatile, but be mindful of it. You can see where some of the supply and what's going on with it and how that's kind of been moved around. The institutional demand is on the move. Potential XRP ETFs aligned to altcoin ETFs, regulatory clarity. We'll talk about that in just a minute. And ultimately what Donald Trump's going to do. Now, lots of people are looking for fault with Trump. They want him to not succeed, but he seems to be doing everything right. Just the market is so cooked right now, it doesn't know where to go. We've seen huge manipulation in the market. People say 2-bit. That's the easiest thing to say, but the reality is you cannot get the single biggest news ever for a crypto reserve and the market dump. That is liquidity hunting. That is wrecking longs. And we saw it, $120 million worth of longs in the first hour after that news did hit. So bringing it back to XRP though, what is even more bullish than all of this we've talked about? ETFs, Brad Garlinghouse at the White House. Well, the reality is it's this. Anthony Sacramento is ultimately dropping hints. The SEC has finally dropped the Ripple case. We may even get it this weekend, as we know that Brad Garlinghouse been at the White House, a confirmed attendee. Saramunchi has hinted the SEC has dropped the case, and XRP did actually rise before we saw this big market dump on the back of this news. But with an interview with Scott Melker, talked about the most recent SEC actions, dropping charges, and had leveled against cryptocurrency-related businesses, including Coinbase, Gemini, Consensus. At the point, Sacramento suggested Ripple should also be added to the list. And I think we're all in that place. And I think the fact you got Brad Garlinghouse in the White House tomorrow, that will definitely be a topic of conversation. Allegedly, who is also going to be there, will be the new head of the SEC, Chris Atkins, and then, Paul Atkins, and then also Mark Ueda as well, the current holding chair of the SEC as well. So you couldn't ask for a better environment to really get into what's going on with XRP, aligned then to very positive macro news for the market. And I think what's going to be interesting right now is you are going to see longs really got hurt in the first initial kind of hour. Everyone will kind of think, okay, the market's going to continue to dump. This is obviously bad news. And guess what? The market's going to reverse and it'll take all the shorts. Watch out. This next 24 to 48 hours is going to be crazy. You may get a great opportunity to buy in or DCA on some XRP players, but watch out. I think the market is still going to push, but it won't be until they've got their fill of some of those people shorting this market. So lots to think about. We're going to be obviously live streaming that event in the White House. We could see some very bullish news. I think Trump has set the scene for an alternate move. If you think about when we did the previous, which was all about getting into this kind of asset holding of cryptocurrency, we saw the complete opposite. We saw a big market pump followed by a dump. This one, I think, might be the opposite. I think we see a market correction on the news announcement and then into the White House announcement, And I think we could see some very positive news going into the weekend. So watch out. It's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be some bullish scenarios. And as always, we'll give you the latest here on the channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. And don't forget, turn the notification bell on. That way you are notified on our 4 p.m. Eastern live streams and every time we put content out, which, by the way, is every single day. As always, thanks so much, everybody, for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.